Sunny Aggarwal, in Flesh and Blood, Cosmoverse co-founder, and what else? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
How do you like Cosmoverse so far?
So far it's been good. Been just getting to meet a lot of people. I've been running around at a lot of talks and panels and stuff. So yeah,
Is it tedious?
sometimes, but it's good. I think people are excited to meet the people behind the products they use on a daily basis. So yeah, it's fun.
It's great. How do you cope with it?
Just take a breather, drink enough water so you can talk and more.
Moisturized.
Yeah, moisturize.
All right. What do you think makes Cosmonauts unique?
Um, I think a sense of contrarianness. If you weren't kind of contrarian, you'd probably not be in this ecosystem. You'd probably be, in a more popular ecosystem, let's say. But I think cosmonauts are, they revel in being right about the future, and even if that means being somewhat contrarian.
Do you mean by that founders and builders should follow what community thinks?
Oh, I think builders should listen to customers and figure out what do customers want. And so, that whether that's the community or users or paying customers, it's important to not build in a vacuum.
What's your approach in this matter when we talk about communication with community with Cosmos?
Yeah, I like to come out to events like this, meet, here's where you meet like the most passionate people who like maybe flew in to like attend this. But then you interact with them on. I try to stay pretty active on the Telegram channels, right? And spend a lot of time in there interacting with community members, and then we even do like customer interviews. Like we'll do every quarter basically we send out a customer interview survey, and we even invite people on with our product team to give them demos of what we're building, get feedback and stuff.
Which part of Cosmos Tech excites you the most?
um I think probably ABCI, which is like the interface between Cosmos SDK and Tendermint Core. But basically, like the ABCI, my co-founder and I, we 3-4 years ago came up with this idea called ABCI++, which was extending the interface to allow, kind of makes the consensus more powerful. It gives the app developer more control over consensus. And we came up with this idea 4 years ago, but only in the last 1 year has it really started to take place. And now you see DYDX using it for oracles. You see, some projects using it for IB, built-in native IB bridging. We can use it for a lot of MEV resistant stuff. So I think that ABCI interface is probably like the secret superpower of the Cosmos stack today that I don't think any other stack has.
What people do not understand about Cosmos?
I feel like probably everyone at this event understands it, but I think the larger public still has this very Cosmos is Atom, and they don't understand the difference between them. But yes, the Cosmos Hub is one chain, but Cosmos is actually this larger ecosystem and a very successful ecosystem, right? If you look in the top 100 assets by market cap, 7 of them are Cosmos based, while 9 of them are Solana based, which is was not so a little bit less, but it's we're in the running for top ecosystem.
Absolutely. What do you think, from your perspective, is the next big step for the Cosmos?
I think that getting more abstraction between all the chains. I think today every chain still has its own separate gas token and all this stuff, right? Osmosis, we took this very novel approach of allowing any token to be used for gas, right? And I think just more and more abstraction within the Cosmos ecosystem and beyond. And that's kind of what we're doing with Polaris, is making it easy for people to trade and transfer between all chains without really having to think too much about, do I have gas for that token chain? Do I have a wallet for that token? What bridge should I use to get there?
Interesting. Can you name the project which most of the people, not aware about?
A project that I like that maybe people are not aware about. I'm a big fan of Gitopia. I think it's probably one of the cooler Cosmos projects that people just aren't very aware about, and solving like real problems of how do you decentralize the code hosting. And I think that's important for eventually sovereign blockchains should be DAOs that own their own repositories and have access control over them. And I think that Gitopia kind of enables that.
Perfect. What do you think? Which project is the most favorite in Cosmos in the community?
Probably Osmosis.
Absolutely. By the way, did you get any airdrops while you be here?
While I'm here at the conference?
No. While you are in the Cosmos.
Oh, yeah, I got a lot of airdrops. I mean, I think one of the co-founders, Josh, he has this like hilarious diagram where it's like trying to explain to your account. It's like, I had Atom once upon a time, but I have this Osmo and this Tia and this thing and Dimension and this and that. I'm like trying to explain that to your accountant. But yeah, lots of airdrops.
Like it's tough to make a good tax report.
Yeah.
with all of that. What do you think, Cosmos or EVM?
I think they're both gonna be successful, and I think honestly we're starting to see more and more usage of EVM in Cosmos. So I don't think it's an either or.
All right. Can you name how many chains in the Cosmos ecosystem?
Let's say mainnet with IBC enabled, I'll guess 90. That's my guess.
All right, really close.
What's the number?
91. Maybe some little bit more in chain list and so on.
I swear I didn't cheat. I did not know that. I'm pretty involved with the Cosmos Chain Registry, which is this one GitHub repo where we maintain a lot of the information about chains, RPC, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, 90-ish. Yeah.
All right. Let's make Atom great again.
Let's do it.